the sidewalk section here and move this closer to the building and extend that. But that's a bigger scope of work, and we weren't ready to go that route. So that was everything we looked at over several different occasions to get to where we ended up with the drawing, a very rough drawing with the RLPS.
So if there's approval for the drawings or the planning, that would give more answers on actual costs, actual scope of work, what it's going to look like, what it's going to cost.
Yeah, so the problem, so to be upfront, is if you go to design, you're basically going to want, it doesn't make sense to go to design and then not go to bid, because you're going to pay a cost to design it and then it never comes to fruition. So this has to be, we're willing to do this at a certain price, and then we can design it towards that and spend design costs. Otherwise, then we don't want to look at that.
It's just that you got to pay to get good information.
Correct.
And that is problematic to make a decision moving forward, because it's ranges and not specific. And
so it comes down to, we agree with parking, we'll negotiate the price at the time. I'm not sure we agree with parking yet.
Where did you get the 115 for the loop and park?
That was estimations by RLPS when they visually looked at it for placeholders. So they didn't go through any permitting, they just said, here's a rough guess of what we think it would cost based on what you're telling us you're looking at to design.
But it shouldn't be anywhere near 115 if we just park.
I can't answer that. We would assume yes, but I can't answer. My assumption is probably closer to 90. Because the loop was just pavement.
The loop is just what?
Was just paving the loop. A lot of it's just the subsurface and repacking on it. So I would assume it's going to be that 75 to 90 range.
Are they planning on resurfacing the current loop when they do all that?
That would be a test to see what would be needed there. So like I said, until we go to design and they give us recommendations.
Was that redone when the project was done? Because we redid the district office side parking lot.
We just redid that one.
But we didn't redo this one. Is there a reason why we didn't, or is it just, is that?
This one was needed for the loop because of it breaking from the drainage. So we had to redo the drain and tear it up, and it's been patched several times because it kept cracking because water kept coming through. So that's why we redid the loop and the district office lot because of that. Because it kept cracking, and it kept clearing it, and it kept just being sunken cost. So that's why Victor recommended the Petromet, because he had success over at Rolling Acres, because that also was cracking. He said he hasn't had any problems since he put that down. It's an extra barrier, and he put extra costs in there to add extra drainage and to move the water away with all the wetlands. So that's why we did that.
I would think that if this part, if the parent loop's in good shape, we leave everything go for now. I think the time to add more parking out there is going to be when we're going to want to resurface that, because that's when you're going to be putting asphalt in, that's when you're going to be doing the whole thing, and that would be the time when you're going to do work out there, then you can expand it, in my opinion.
That's a fair point.
so
I could work with Victor to see when his estimated time frame is for that. We can give a
Put it in the 10-year plan.
Yep.
okay, that works.
We can do that.
Okay.
All right, so we'll move the other two for discussion on Monday, and then potential approval the next meeting. Last is just the timeline. Like I said, the allocation of funds was tonight. This is technically the December meeting early because of the holiday. January meeting, I will have the review of the audit AFR to look at what impacts were to the budget, to actuals, and then April, May, and June meetings will be budget review. So that's just the timeline upcoming. And that's all I have.
But the board meeting, that's true.
What was that?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
She said on the agenda.
Oh, sorry, yes, forgot about that. I don't have anything, it was just kind of an open discussion, so I'll open, Steve, I'll let that open to you.
You want to talk about what?
Just,
Yeah, I'll discussed it. There was a survey sent out to board members to get some ideas about updating our live streaming equipment. You can't hear me still?
You met with who? We didn't hear who you met with. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just didn't hear.
We met with Corey Zortman.
Okay.
He's the, what's his title?
Assistant Director of Technology.
Assistant Director of Technology. And we are having our tech department look into options for upgrading the board live stream capabilities. We're aware of some of the technology failings that we've had with the current system that was given to us in the last days of our former superintendent, that the board had no knowledge or awareness of, and neither did the other administration or the tech department. So we tried to make do with what we've had here. It's not working, and we need to do better for the community. So that's what we're looking into. He's going to get back to us with their findings. We've given them some parameters and asked for some options, where they're going to come back with a recommendation. There's a possibility that that recommendation may come in before the December 8th board meeting. And I ask for the committee's approval that if that recommendation does come in, that we consider letting, or the committee would consider letting it go directly to the full board at the regular meeting, so that we could get the system in place, get it tested, and ready to go for January.
And did you want to talk about the estimate, the cost that we asked it not to exceed?
Yes, we asked for a cost that would be about $5,000 for us.
So that's parameters to stay within that framework, and
And he said it was doable,
he said it was doable.
a good system that's doable.
Much better than what we have. So, moving that forward, you guys are good with we're gonna recommend that it's gonna go right to the full board for a review and vote, so we can implement it as.
If we get a quality recommendation.
Correct. That meets the parameter that we asked for. Right.
Maybe we'll get a Black Friday special. That's what I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
60% off.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Could be.
Okay. All right. Is there any
It's
other
that time
thoughts
of
on
year.
that? Any other thoughts on
You
that?
guys hear Nick? I'm just kidding.
Is there any other business?
Nope.
Okay, I'd just like to say one thing before we adjourn. Mrs. Johnson, is your recording device operational right now?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Good job, Tom.
Meeting's adjourned.
What was the plan?